Before we get started, just a quick disclaimer. This podcast is for educational purposes only. For legal and financial advice, please seek help from a licensed professional. Thank you. Today's show is also sponsored by IAR Property Solutions. If you're looking to sell, buy, or renovate your property, IAR will be by your side through the merry real estate ride. Welcome to the Humble Hustle Podcast. My name is Antoine Basquiat, and I will be your host for today's episode.
But what made me realize that I want to be an athletic trainer, aside from a lot of things we spoke about already, is I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I knew I wanted to be in medicine, but I also knew I wanted to stay in sports. And I hated chemistry, so I didn't want to go to med school. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, I just always knew I was built for a profession that was just to help people. And I mean, I get the best of both worlds with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get the best of both worlds, man. Like, I not only do I have the best seats in the house, not only do I get to watch some, like, not even like literally some of the world's greatest athletes. Not only do I get to travel and see like the world and everything, and get a lot of experiences and see a lot of moments that's awesome, and meet a lot of great people. But I mean, yeah, there's just something about the grind each day that I just get a rush from. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people be like, yo, you're nuts. Like, I was just talking with one of my old professors from my DAT program, and she was like, yo, like, literally, like, yo, you really in it to win it. And I'm like, yes, like, I really love this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just something about it. Like, you know, we was collegiate athletes. We loved game day. Like, we was turned up in that locker room. You know how it was? Like, getting to be around that as a professional and just being in that environment is just like something where it's like, yo, like, this is what I was made for.
Yeah.
I was made for. This is what it is. Like, just seeing these guys get ready and like they getting hyped, and I'm doing game day handshakes with them, and that's a plus. And there's some sticklers in our profession that's like, oh my God, like, you guys love game day. You got, yes, like, if my man's is my if my man's catches an alley-oop and he head top somebody, yes, I'm on the sideline, like, going, like, all of us are like, hey, you putting in all this work every day, and you're not cheering for your own people. Like, what are you doing? Obviously, professional. Don't jump up on top of the chair and everything, but like, I'm gonna clap for my people when one of our guys made the Rising Stars game and made it to Sunday in this new format. You know what I'm saying? He playing against the OGs and everything as a second year. Like, that's exciting to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's amazing to see their accolades, you know, and they feed off that energy. So like, just being able to give back to them, but then also, like, you know, my first summer job was working at the Queens YMCA, you know, so like, being able to help impact not just young people's lives, but like see them grow and see them go through things that help them go through life. And then I just got an invite from one of my previous athletes' wedding, like, to go to in June. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, like, it's crazy. Like, I remember seeing him as a freshman coming in, he couldn't even catch a ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I went with previous players to the NFL combine when I was at Michigan State, and like, they asked me to come with them to take care of them, like, I take pride in that. Like, I just had another previous athlete from Michigan State that said, yo, I know you're in the middle of the NBA season, but this week is the NFL combine. Can you come with me? And I'm like, bro, I can't. I'm in the middle of the season. But, you know, that means a lot that 2 years later, you still know that the care that I gave to you was genuine, you know?
Yep.
So it's just things like that. I think there's a million reasons why I love this. There's a million reasons why I'm doing it. But, you know, cherry on top, like, this was just God's purpose for me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how many people out there is full of faith and everything, but I'm a big man of faith, you know that. It was just God's purpose for me, bro. Like, it was my calling. Like, I couldn't, there was a point that I questioned myself. When don't you question yourself when you're doing something that you think you want to, that you know you should be doing? Or like, you're trying to figure things out. You're trying to get to the point where things are like, you know, where it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how many times, even when I was in the NFL as an intern, I'm questioning myself, like, yo, like, not saying that there's a point where I'm wondering like, yo, I'm trying to get to a certain point in life, like step by step, like. But it's when you doing the right thing, it's an emotional roller coaster. Everything is going to be up and down and peaks and valleys. But
Mhm.
not once did I say, "Oh yeah, something else is better for me." There was times I questioned myself in this coming up to this point in life. There was times where I was like, like maybe I should take another route in this. But there was never a time where I was like, I shouldn't be an athletic trainer.
Mhm.
There's never a time that said, nah, this ain't for me. There's never a time where I'm like, nah, this is too much.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So just like anything in life, you're gonna go through that roller coaster, but there was never a time that I was like, let me go back to school to be a, I don't know, freaking business administrator to work on Wall Street or like something like that. Nah, it was never that. Like this was God's purpose for me. This was God's calling, and I couldn't see myself doing anything else. And if I was to do it all again, I'll do it the same way.
I think, man, I think everybody in this world has a purpose, right? And once they discover that purpose, that's all it is for them. And like you were saying earlier, grind passionately. You can't grind passionately if you're not
Yeah.
passionate about what you're doing,
Right.
right? So I think it's crazy. I'm gonna bring this up. Look, I made some tea, right? I made some tea, and this is what and the fact on the tea said:
Right.
be fearless. Know that all will be provided at the right time.
Facts.
And you were saying that, and I was like, God damn, did you make this tea?
Is that Lipton or Nestea?
It's Yogi, I guess.
Yogi, yeah.
Yogi. But yeah, man, and yo, like I said, you can't grind passionately unless you once you passionate about something that you want to do.
Right.
And I think for you specifically, man,
Yeah.
From doorstep to front lawn delight, IAR will make you right. Come on. Closing smooth, paperwork clean, we're the best you've ever seen.